Hello, I'm Tam, the TamBoTC channel. I hope you can hear me. There isn't breathing sounds coming through the mic or anything. I've had trouble with... Oh my gosh, are you serious? I get on my horse and I immediately come to a dead end for the horse. There we go. Okay. Hello, bear. See ya. See ya. Anyways, we are playing Immortal Fenyx Rising. It was originally going to be called Gods and Monsters, which I think is a more fitting title until Monster Energy was stupid. And, like, whatever the whole, like, they did, like, they threatened to sue them or something just for the use of the name. Copyright infringement, even though stinking monster is used in so many terms. So many different ways, and it wasn't just monster alone. Really stupid of them. Mind me, boys. But we're going to review Cyberpunk 2077 while also talking about another game, that being Immortal. Also, I'll talk a little bit about Crash as well. I won't be recording the entire... I probably won't be recording the entirety of Crash 4 unless it's not that long a game or that bad. Because right now I have like a ton of Let's Plays going on. Hello. Oh, never mind. He's not adorable anymore. Darn bear, why did you do it? What the crap? Where did he even come from? Oh, come on, I dodged that. And he knocked over an entire tree. I hate Minotaurs. I don't even know where this... Place up your butt! Oh, play ragdoll and then dissipate. Where did he even come from? What the hell? Okay, that was ridiculous. So let's start this off. Do I hear something else? Oh, there's a storm. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Anyways, let's get talking. So I have to review Assassin's Creed as well. I forgot. So so let's. My goodness. A lot to talk about. So, Cyberpunk is a hard game to talk about right now because of how many technical issues, from game save data being corrupted, which they said they fixed, but I doubt that's entirely fixed, to just various game-breaking glitches or other glitches that kind of take you out of the experience, the immersion. Excuse me. What is that? Like a dragon? What is that? There's a gorgon next to it. What the hell did I stumble into? I started playing this game, by the way, I did a couple of things to get some armor and weapons early, so that I felt better prepared, somewhat. I'm already running into something like this. This might distract me a bit. But when it comes to Cyberpunk, the ironic part is, while I still have a lot of problems, definitely, in the game, I actually have, like, I've never had a game-breaking issue. I didn't have that many crashes. I had, like, 2 crashes, maybe 2 times the game froze on me. And then I had, of course, like, I think the only glitches that happened during the story was the one with, what's his name? Putting a gun through his head when he's supposed to be pulling out a chip. Jackie, that's his name. And then, another one where there's just, like, people in the background popping into existence or something. That's pretty much the extent of glitches I've had. And I know, surprisingly, like, some people have talked about, like, people selfish and try to defend the game out of nowhere and such. Like, there's barely reason to. What the hell is that? Oh, is that a chimera? Holy crap, it's got, like, the goat head, and I think that's a lion head, and a snake-like head. Isn't that supposed to be a snake tail, though? Oh, that's pretty sweet. And it's guarding a chest. There's a couple of gorgons, and there's these harpies, sadly. Oh god, I don't know if I can take this. I can try. And of course, at least the graphics haven't downgraded, but, like, I've had a lot of glitches outside of the actual, like, story stuff. And I actually enjoy, like, the story and the various ways, different directions it can take. It's actually really cool. I love the performances, especially Keanu Reeves. There's a lot of variety and options to various things, though the world doesn't feel, like, alive. Like, the cops will randomly spawn, the cops don't chase you, the AI is restricted to a certain paths. It's nothing special, but it's not meant to be special. But yeah, it's just got so many, like, hopefully once the technical issues are done, what the hell? The game will be practically perfect. But I can see a really damn good game coming out of this. Like, better than the other games that have been made that people have fixed, like No Man's Sky and Sea of Thieves. I still think there's a lot of problems with both No Man's Sky and Sea of Thieves, but I will give them leeway for at least trying and holding off to the end, even though they should have been that way from the start. And it's the same that applies here with Cyberpunk 2077. My gosh, Uh-oh. So, we're gonna move in closer. I wanna wait for the harpies to stop looking at me, as well as the gorgons. I didn't expect it to be that fast. Oh crap. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. I love that they can hit each other. But yeah, there is a lot of good to talk about. I definitely like, I wanted to talk about sometime Outer Worlds for a video sometime, because Outer Worlds is a game that, like, every time I come back to it, the less I like it. It's surprising because it's not that bad a game, and I don't think it really, like, that I should hate it more each time. I think it's just like how little variety it actually has. I start to notice, as well as how, like, kind of deceiving, like, the choice system is in the world. You can still kill a lot of important NPCs though, which is still pretty impressive. But yeah, it was like, and the Metro Exodus, surprisingly, that I kinda like didn't like as much when I originally started playing it. Now I can focus on this dink. Ooh, that hurts. Ooh. Yeah. Whew. Oh god, I didn't think I could do that, but I did it. Oh, look at how I get rewarded for it. Awesome. But yeah, I had an overall positive experience other than the glitches. And yes, the customizations do go pretty far to the whole genital region. But not talking about that. Other than the fact that you can have your junk clipping through your clothes, depending on the option, unless you do the censored options, which are much appreciated too, and helpful for not seeing that stuff happen. I remember seeing Angry Joe have that problem especially, but I've seen other, like, problems in general. But yeah, I think the thing that I wanted to talk about, the reason I brought up Outer Worlds, is like, when it came to Outer Worlds' armor system, the variety to the armor was very lackluster. It was either like a lot of the same armor, just with color variants, or it just really wasn't all that cool or amazing to begin with. The DLC was very disappointing too, and very samey. Same with the weapons. The weapons that I thought were going to be cool, like the Shrink Ray, just turned out to be kind of a debuff weapon that makes you shrink temporarily. I don't think you can actually, like, step on the person and crush them like an ant or something, which would have been cool. I don't know what that gave me, by the way. Oh god, I have to kill Legendary Hydra, the mission says? What? Wait, did I get a new bow? I wasn't paying attention. Oh. Deliberation. Oh. Oh, that's dope. I love it. What's it do compared to the one I have? Chance triple damage on headshot. Okay. I love this armor, by the way. But what I was going to say was there's a lot more variety to the weapons, and the weapons that are really, like, powerful and good, like, are actually surprising, and I do really like them. There's, like, a weapon that locks onto everybody and has an animated bullet that talks and comes out of it. There's a couple other really cool weapons with effects, like fire effects and such. Where's that red mark I was following? Yeah, there's a lot of really cool, like, little things here and there. Those are too far away. This one's the one I'm after. Yeah, I love the vehicles. There's a lot of free stuff you can get early on. The legendary... There's a lot of great outfits. I got some of the Witcher outfits with the stuff that you can do if you sign into GOG or GOG.com, which sadly GOG is doing some pretty stupid stuff lately with a certain horror game. I do not approve. I think the reasoning is really dumb. But yeah, there's just a lot of stupidity going on their part. Oh, there's what I'm looking for. Let's get over here with my... Is it still following me? Looks like hide in the bushes or something until they go away. But yeah, there are some, like, texture problems here, definitely a lot. There's a lot of, like, clipping through the world, parts of the world that don't actually exist or belong there. It's hard to describe. I have had that car glitch where the car can go into the ground. I've only had that once, but I've had it. I love the samurai swords. There's good things to this game. I love the weapon variety, the armor variety. I love their effects. I love that the really legendary, unique weapons actually feel unique instead of just like a kind of debuff thing that like the shrink ray gun does in Outer Worlds. I don't know, I just like I like that stuff a lot better. I love that you can get almost samurai looking gear too, and I do love the cool sci-fi jackets you can get, similar to the one you see in a lot of the advertisements. There's cool stuff, and I do like it a lot. It's just sad that it's under a bunch of glitches, and I don't like it. Puts me in such a tough position to rate this game, because it does have a lot of good. I love the story. I love how it branches off and how many, like, there's like 6-7 endings. There's various different ways the missions can play out. There's different discussion, different, like, conversation options you can have. The leveling system, progression system's pretty good. The UI's pretty good. I never really found a problem with them other than, like, the glitches of, like, the clothing thing, of course, and such. Or the mirror, where you're, like, you look in a mirror and if you have a hat on or something, you're completely bald. Which is stupid. Of course, the performances are awesome. But, yeah, a lot of the glitches take away, as well as the world doesn't feel quite as immersive or alive, and it does have that kind of Ubisoft open world-y kind of feel to it. And that's kind of sad, and there are great things to do in the open world, so I'm not trying to completely take away from it. Oh, there he is. We want to get this horse. So... But yeah, there's great cars. The driving, I like that you can do first, third person with the driving. I wish you could do it with the actual, like, camera as a shooter. But it doesn't matter. And once you sort out the controls, there we go. Once you sort out the controls in the options, and be careful in the options from what I last remember, but I think they said they fixed it, the game can, like, crash and ruin your save data. But yeah, it's just like, look at these horses, by the way. Seeing these, the one horse like animals are the ones that are like level 1. They only have a bit of stamina or bolt. Well, not bolt, that's the name of the stinking animal. I was looking at the wrong thing. And then we got 2 is like they got another 2 stamina bars, or 3 they got 3 stamina bars, and they're like legendary kind of animals. Back to like there's a lot of cool legendary items and such. Great crafting system. You can glitch out the game to get more money in crafting items using the little stores spread out throughout the world. I don't mind traveling the open world. The music, I actually really like the music, even the copyright music in the game, even though I'm not going to use it if I ever recorded it, which is part of a reason, but I love that they do have the option to turn it off, so there's a lot of options to the game. I appreciate that. Both with the nudity mature options and the other options. The mutilation, when you like use a sword, you do feel like you're a samurai going through people. I love the slow-mo and stuff. And once you fix the combat to a certain setting, I can't remember what the setting was, the combat does feel a lot smoother and better, but I will say that the combat's not that great, and it is kind of clunky to get used to at the start, and it still has little problems to it. But I also love that you can kill most NPCs and even important ones I've seen. But there is a lot of good to the game, the story, how it plays out. There's various romance partners as well, kind of like you would have in a BioWare game or something, or Bethesda or something game, whatever it may be, or a Witcher game. But yeah, there is a lot of good I can see under these so many ugly cracks of what we call glitches and game-breaking glitches and crashes and game save data being lost. And while they fixed some of it, they haven't fixed everything. But I'm gonna show this stinking horse. Oh, I just noticed it has like more of a mohawk mane. Okay, interesting. So there are some slight differences. Is there a difference between this guy and this guy? Not too much. I love the art style of this game. And I do like the art style and look of Cyberpunk. It's really cool. I wish you could use the flying cars in the game. I haven't found a way to use the flying vehicles in Cyberpunk, if there is a way. If there isn't, that's kind of sad. The character creation's pretty good, by the way. I think the character creation is really good. That might be the... No, that's not. Okay, never mind. We're gonna make this horse my main for now. But yeah, and the open world's got plenty of variety. There's plenty to do. I like the 3 set characters you can play as, and they all start out differently. The Nomad, the Street Kid, to the Corpo. They all play out very differently. Once again, I hope I'm not breathing into the mic or anything. I have breathing issues in general. It has nothing to do with the virus. But other than that, there's the mic apparently is so clearly can pick up stuff that it shouldn't be, no matter like how far the mic is. So I got the mic in a weird position, but I also have the volume raised a bit just so you can hear me a little better, hopefully. And hopefully it's not too loud. Tell me what I could do better, or if it's just fine the way it is. So, getting back to Cyberpunk 2077, this is a hard game to... Because when I was talking about Watch Dogs, I had way more, like, problems with Watch Dogs that pissed me off more than Cyberpunk. But I have to admit that Watch Dogs at least felt solid when it came to like any glitches. I didn't have as many glitches as Cyberpunk that took me out of the game. I also think that like Watch Dogs is just super repetitive too. And then I'm wondering like PlayStation like removing Cyberpunk. I understand the removal of Cyberpunk, but at the same time it's like you allowed games like Fallout 76 on your consoles, so I'm kind of confused about that. And that game gets more and more ridiculous each time with like the $100 pack and stuff. I know they're trying to fix things similar to No Man's Sky, but that game's just like, ugh. Like, that game's almost worse. Like, I think it is worse in a lot of ways than Cyberpunk, and that's kind of, like, what makes me, like, confused about it. At least they'll take refunds, but they shouldn't have launched the game like this. They need to give this game more time in the oven, basically. This game's got way too many issues as it is, and they need to really focus on those issues. Put all their attention into the issues alone. But yeah, it's just unbelievable. I need to fast travel so that I can pick up some of these other mounts. Yay! There's one not far from this area. I can't remember what mount this is. But we're going to fast travel. Let's fast travel to this because I don't think it's too high up like the Ares thing. But yeah, stinking Cyberpunk is really hard to rate because the crashing in Watch Dogs Legion, even though the game has a lot of fixes and I do like the concept of Legion with like being able to take anybody in the city in as yours, but I will say there is something. It's funny how even like Watch Dogs Legion doesn't feel immersive either. Cyberpunk at least has little kids in its world, and I understand why they don't have kids in Watch Dogs, but it still kind of takes away from the immersion and realism of the game somewhat. As well as there are animals. They do explain why there aren't many animals in Cyberpunk, but there are animals, and that's the funny thing. And there are a lot of cool things. You can have a cat for your apartment, which is really cool. I love that, and I love you can have some decorations and stuff and other things. There is a lot to your apartment too, as well as you can get a pimped out like apartment building. Just it's much more rewarding too in its reward system, which is really cool. So I appreciate a lot of the things that's like the game does is really cool, but it's just too bad there's so many glitches. Oh, it's so hard to rate this game. I think it deserves this is why I'm glad I have a 3 rating system, because I think my realistic score, I have a realistic score, a audience recommended score, and a personal score. So my realistic score, I'm going to say this game is a 3 out of 10. I'm sorry. It's got way too many problems. Like, it for a lot of people, it overpowers something like Watch Dogs Legion. Not sure if it overpowers something like Fallout 76. Fallout 76 was pretty bad, but I do think there are areas that Cyberpunk does beat out Fallout somehow, which is just surprising. But yeah, it's just so disappointing to see like where this game was going with its glitches and such. Kind of sucks. But yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, it's just very disappointing. That's my realistic score. I think my audience recommendation, I'm going to say a 4 out of 10. I don't recommend it, but it's not a bad game. It's just got a lot of bad issues that they need to sort out. But once it's all fixed, as well as I'm sure it'll go on sale and stuff, and they'll be more kind. They were pretty kind about it because they didn't want it to be like every other $70, $80 game that was on the new platforms, which was stupid. But they shouldn't have had the game come out in this condition. That was really bad. Other than that, it's like they need to fix this game. They need to focus on fixing it. Multiplayer will be cool, but that will probably be a year or two down the lines. Do these guys attack me? Hey, do you attack me? Do they attack me if I... Yeah, they just kind of get angry. Okay, it's nice to see that some of the animals are kind of passive. Look at him up there, trying to be Lion King. Ah, Savannah. Okay, I better not, or I'll get copyrighted just for singing it. Oh, is that the horse I'm looking for? That might be the horse I'm looking for. Oh, are these the zebras? These might be the zebras. Wait a minute, what are these horses? I don't think these are the horses I'm looking for. I know I'm close. Oh, it is! It's the zebras. Hi there! Hi there! How you doing? Yeah! Use. It's a zebra. I don't care what you call it. It's a zebra. Alright. We got the stinking... got the zebra. I don't care, that's called a muse. But yeah, let's get rid of the stupid pin now. And we can move on to... do I have a fast travel point that's closer to this one? Or do I have to... looks like I have to use something like this. Unexplored vault. Huh. So let's travel here. So, and then my personal rating is going to be a 5 out of 10 because right now this game, I'm very split down the middle with this game. It's got some great things, but the bad just takes you out of the experience, and it can be pretty bad. But my overall experience with the glitches have mostly just ranged from kind of taking me out with like 2 crashes, 2 times the game froze on me, and of course like a bunch of glitches and like weird other technical little issues here and there, like surfaces that are on top of other surfaces that I drive through, or just the bad AI, the police system sucks, stuff like that. So it takes you out of the immersive experience. So I don't know what else to say. And now let's just get out of that. I don't want to talk about Cyberpunk anymore right now. I'm like, it's such a hard thing to talk about. I'm going to do a video on Death Stranding, by the way, sometime in the future, because I gave that game a high rating because I really did like it. But I want to give it a second chance. I want to give it a second look, see if I truly deserved my rating before. And I will be doing the same thing for a lot of games, both good and bad. I want to see if I can be over there by that volcano, which is where the boss battle is. But yeah, it's just like... okay, which one did I want to go to first? Okay, I clearly want to go to the purple one first. So, when it comes to it, Immortal, so let's talk about Immortal. Immortal is super fun. I'm really enjoying my experience. It's very Breath of the Wild. There's a lot to like the armor. I love the stamina system can be annoying, but once again you can have ways of fixing it, making it less annoying, which is nice to have. Or that they have the little hot bar where you can eat like stamina related items and such, which is pretty cool. Makes it a little faster, less annoying. Yeah, I love the use of like the bird. I love the different abilities. The combat is very different from what we've come to know in other games. Wait, what the heck? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. That's dope. Use my wings kind of like a stinking parachute. That's dope. Okay. I love the world. It's so artistic, and there's like, it's got that feeling just like Breath of the Wild and Skyrim had, where it's like you look around and you're like, ooh, what is that? Ooh, what is that? And I love the monsters, by the way. I want to use a game called Starlink, also by Ubisoft, for example, for what I'm about to talk about, because Starlink, when you look at the image of Starlink's like its box art, you see this like big lava lizard or whatever, this lava dragon on it, and these other creatures, and you're just thinking to yourself, those are going to be dope boss battles. But when you play the game, you fight a lot of the same bosses for the most part. Maybe that thing is in the game and I just haven't stumbled upon it yet, but it was kind of disappointing to have like look at the box art and be like, oh, it's promising such cool things, and then you don't get any of that. Hi there. Oh, okay, it's the one I haven't tamed yet. Interesting. He looks kind of like Spirit. If you've ever seen that movie. Yay, I got a new horsey. Alright, see ya. I don't need you right now. I'm trying to find a different horse. You know what, I'll take this one to where I need to go. So, yeah, it's just like, it's a really fun game. I love the look of the weapons. There's so much armor sets and variations of the armor sets. This is something that like Outer Worlds didn't really have. It had like 4 or 5 armor sets in the whole thing, and like three of the armor sets had different like color variations. That was like very lame. It was very limited in its stuff. This game has like way more, and I know it's like $10 more, but it's $10 more. It's like, you seriously couldn't do more than that, stinking Obsidian? Like, you've done that more with Fallout New Vegas. And that game's now on stinking like really cheap now. But no, it's just so funny, like what I was gonna get at is this game's monsters. Like, when I see the cover and I see the monsters, I'm way more into it because the monsters are way more impressive. They live up to my expectations, like the Cyclops. Like, you see the Cyclops on the cover, and I know there's different variants of Cyclopses, and it's probably not that huge unless I run into one that is that huge. So far, I'm really enjoying this game. There's a lot of cool content to it. There's a lot of... Look at this. What is this, by the way? It's like robots. What? Like, this world has a story to it, and I love that. There's like so much variety to it. This game's so great. There's the horse. I think this is a robot horse, what I'm going for right here. So, hello! Oh. So, of course, this game doesn't do everything better than Breath of the Wild. It's still got something corners that, like, Breath of the Wild still does better, realistic-wise. I think Breath of the Wild and Red Dead 2 are just, like, really amazing. It's okay. There we go. That is a ridiculous name. I don't know if I can say that. Antikythia? I have no clue. But, robot horse. Pretty dope. Alright, so we can get rid of this pin now. I love that you have multiple pins. This definitely is, like, influenced by Breath of the Wild. It's crazy. It's another Greek game, which is just crazy. I love... There is great Greek mythology, and I'm a big fan of the original Clash of the Titans movie, too. But, like, Greek mythology and history is really dope. I'm big on Egyptian history and mythology, especially during, like, the King Tut's era. But, yeah, I really get into, like... I'm the kind of person who loves other country's history and mythology and not our own country. I never really cared for stuff like learning about the Civil War or what's that stinking chest that has that really powerful sword. But these guys are tough, and I don't know if I'm high enough level for them. I really doubt I can take these guys on. Oh, they're robots. What the hell? 2 of them. I saw that one of their attacks has lasers, and you want to use this giant, like, pillar or whatever to block it. That guy saw me. So he can see me from quite the distance. But yeah, look at these guys. This game, I love its art style, love its look. It's so addictive. This game's so good. Like, this is surprising good. Like, I knew Ubisoft would put more effort into this. And of course, like, let me look at the UI and stuff. So, I don't know if there's multiplayer. It said 2-1 multiplayer, and I have no clue what that means. Instead of the 1-2 that it usually has. Let's see if I can pull up the menu. I like the UI, by the way. Oh, the UI is a lot smoother and fluent than the UI of, I love that the swords both, like, you can have better swords and such, but you can also, like, customize how they look. Like, say this sword, I want to customize how this sword looks. I can change it into any one of these. I can make it look like this one. That's dope. Or I can make it look like this one. I like that. That is a great option to have. There's variety here that I really love. Let's make this my main horse. Oh, it's kind of got... Whoa, that was dope. But yeah, this is a really dope game so far. There's a lot of mounts. There's a lot of just, like, so many cool things to get and do in the world. It's got that Ubisoft-esque world, but it's a really fun, entertaining, and interesting Ubisoft-esque world. I like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I want to say, I'm really digging Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think I disagree with Alex from Angry Joe Show's point of view on the beginning. I don't think the beginning's that bad to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Matter of fact, if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, there's a lot of cool, like, things that, like, even, like, YouTubers like Fishy talked about, like, they should return to the roots of Assassin's Creed, and they do with a lot of elements in Assassin's Creed. And I don't think I'll review Assassin's Creed Valhalla in this video. I've done Cyberpunk and I'm talking about Immortals, so whatever. But I'm really enjoying this game. I'm really getting into its open world. I love the variety to just the open world, the locations. It's got that, ooh, what's that over there? It's just really cool. I love that people can take pictures too. That's pretty dope. There's just so much good in this stinking world so far. I love the bosses. I love the creatures alone. It's just really awesome. And the story is hilarious, and I'm having a lot of fun with the story. I will hopefully review this in the future, but for now, this is all you're getting from this. Except for you will be getting more videos, of course, of this game. You're just not going to get the review for quite a while of this game. I just got this game recently along with Crash 4, and I'll be talking about Crash 4 in another video, so because I don't think I can fit everything in this one because of how much I go in detail and talk about and stuff, and I'm sorry for that. But I had a lot of fun with it nonetheless, and I hope you did too. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below. When you do subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications to keep up to date with my latest content and or videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!